Good morning. If you're joining us live on YouTube, we'll get started in just a few moments. I'm just waiting to see. Good morning. Allowing people to arrive on YouTube. We'll get started in just a few moments. I'm just waiting, making a few technical adjustments. Welcome to Open Meditation. I'm Amy Ward Brimmer, and I'm coming to you live stream on the Way Opens Wellness YouTube channel and also here in the Zoom room. Let's begin by completing our arrival, recognizing this, marking this time as a time where we set everything down. We set everything aside. And as we do that, we find that kind of release that can happen. A little bit of resting time. Now, unlike resting to fall asleep, we're resting our own sort of driving forces, our need to do, to fix, to make something happen. And we're interested in inquiring within. So letting ourselves rest from the need to produce or to react, and just rest here on the cushion or chair that you've chosen for your seat. And just noticing at the beginning if there's any sort of agenda that you have for this time of practice. See if you can drop some expectations and just appreciate the opening moments of a sit as a real oasis, a refuge. Allowing the eyes to gently close if that feels okay for you, and if not, just adopting a soft downward gaze. Tuning into how it is in the body. Again, just beginning to feel the weight of the body as it's contacting the seat. Feeling the feet resting on the ground or tucked beneath you if you're sitting cross-legged. You might find it helpful to intentionally take a few deep breaths. Perhaps lightly noting arriving on the in-breath and resting on the out-breath. Allowing any excess tension in the body to leave on the exhalation. And then letting the body's own breathing, its own natural rhythm, get reestablished, and just leaving the breath alone now. Resting the attention on the sensations of breathing without controlling or directing it. And keeping your intentions simple. Let's keep it simple this morning. So not even trying to stay with the breath during meditation, but simply this in-breath, fully present for one inhalation. Fully present for the out-breath that follows. Just taking it one half breath at a time. Receiving the sensations of the body breathing. Open and curious about each in-breath, each out-breath, the same way that you'd sit at the ocean and bring attention to the rhythm of the waves, watching the waves come to shore, recede, then rise, have a crest, and then break and come to shore again. We're simply giving the mind something immediate and tangible to attend to. Especially if your mind is very agitated right now, restless, busy. That's okay. That's how it is. And whenever you can remember to, resting the attention on the body breathing in, the body breathing out. If there's a place on the body that's easy to feel this movement of breath, perhaps the belly, maybe in the chest and shoulders, or maybe at the tip of the nose, where you feel the air flow coming and going. Keep it simple, keep it easy. Just returning again and again to wherever it's easiest, most vivid, most obvious, this breathing. For some of us, it's easiest to just have a general sense of the body as a whole, sitting and breathing. So if you begin to feel tense or it's a problem to breathe by feeling just one place like the belly, then expand your attention outward and include the whole body and just a general sense of the breath flowing in, flowing out. If the mind should wander off, that seems quite normal and it's not a problem. If the attention should get caught up in a stream of thinking, the moment you notice that is a moment of mindful awareness. Oh, lost in thought. Oh, not a big deal. It's not wrong. Gently, simply return the attention to feel the in-breath or out-breath that's happening. And be willing to begin again. All the wise teachers, experienced meditators, consistently say it's in the return that the power happens. It's in the return to present moment awareness that liberation is possible. So if you wander off frequently and return frequently, that's meditation. If you're able to maintain a steady awareness, that's also meditation. There are no mistakes. You can't really do this wrong. Isn't that a nice thing? To know. So keep it simple. Stay with the breath. Always opening and receptive, without judgment, without the need to do anything, but simply the right amount of effort to rest on the breath. We'll continue in silence for a few minutes and just do your best and let that be good enough. willing to begin again. Allowing the body, the heart, the mind to be just as it is in this moment. If the mind is continuously producing thinking, thoughts in a restless way that perhaps feels intrusive or a distraction, the skillful response might be to lightly note thinking, not trying to stop the mind from producing thoughts, but stepping back, as it were, and lightly noting thinking. Thinking. This noting tool can be used to simply note breathing, to stay with the breath as well. Perhaps lightly noting in on the in-breath, out on the out-breath. Or rising, falling, if you're aware of the rising on the in-breath and the release on the out-breath. Very lightly noting as a way to stay open and receptive to the way it is. As light as a feather touching a bubble, lightly noting. Resting back in awareness of the movement of the breath in the body, allowing the breath to be a teacher. Curious about the rise and fall, the coming and going, the steadiness of the breath and yet its impermanence. As we move toward the close of this open meditation time, expanding the awareness now to include the body as a whole, sitting. Just feeling this body sitting, breathing. Opening to all the feelings in the body, dwelling in sensation. Not just the feeling of the breath, but any other sensations rising and falling, coming and going. Feeling the life in this body. Thank you for joining me for open meditation practice today. I wish you well.